Ahinaben Sports 84. In the news today, we have Virgil Hunter, trainer of recently retired Andre Ward, giving his opinion on what is likely to transpire in a rematch between Canelo Alvarez and Triple G. He claims Canelo must stand his ground in every round in order to stand a chance of beating Triple G. Because if the fight goes like it did in their last fight, the result is likely to be the same, or a victory for Triple G. Let me get into his statements. I'll put it this way: if Canelo is going to win, he's going to have to fight a different fight than what he fought before. I think Canelo fights the same fight. I think if Canelo fights the same fight, they're going to see it the same way. Not to say that he's not being successful, but in order to really make it clear, he's going to have to stand his ground in every round. If he's able to do that, then he has a great chance of winning. If he can't, and it's the same kind of fight, then people will tend to look at it the same. Unless he's so devastating his counter-punching, I can't see being any other way but the way the first fight was. Virgil Hunter's statement. My takeaways from the matchup between Canelo and Triple G. I felt Canelo won a close fight, a close decision. But the draw was also fair, because Canelo was backtracking for the entirety of the fight. He wasn't willing to exchange with Triple G for extended periods in the fight. And I was really shocked, because I've never seen Canelo in a fight and he's constantly on the back foot like this. I've never seen him in this posture before. Every single round, this guy was just going back and going. So I really don't get what is the reason here. I really didn't understand. Is he scared of Triple G? Is he scared of getting knocked out or what? You're a Mexican, and Mexicans are known for a particular kind of fight style. Mexicans don't tend to be on the back foot for the entirety of the fight like that. It's just too much. There's nothing wrong in backtracking, or how do you call it, movements, lateral movements. But he overdid it in that fight. It seems he was scared. That's the only logical conclusion I could come up with, because he did it way too much. That was why people were thinking Triple G won the fight, because of the enormous amount of pressure he was putting on Canelo. All the talks and all the, how do you call it, things you said after Triple G's fight against with this guy, Danny Jacobs, that you're going to do more than what Jacobs did, you're going to do this and that. Then you go into the fight and you even did worse than Danny Jacobs. You are constantly on the back foot. You're not willing to pressure Triple G of any sort. You can't do some counter-punching combinations, then you go back. You can't fight, then you go back. Why? Oh, it was really frustrating to watch that fight. I couldn't believe the guy was fighting this way. I just couldn't. I didn't have any idea that this guy was capable of fighting this fashion. And I'm going to have a hard time picking this guy to win a rematch against Triple G, because I don't know what he's going to come up with. I didn't think he had this in him. Now that I don't know what to think of him now. It's really bad. I've seen many of these guys fight, and I've never seen him fight like this. Constantly on the back foot. He's not willing to engage. Constantly being pressured. Oh no, it's too much. It's too much. Now I understand why he gave up his belt at that time, because he knew what was standing before. He knew it. He knew it. So he had to wait for some time to gather courage to fight this guy. All along, this guy was scared of Triple G. That is undisputed. It's an undisputed fact now, because of what he put up in that fight. He was scared. That's why he gave up his belt then, because he knew what Triple G was capable of doing to him. And me, oblivious to that fight, I was thinking he was gonna wipe Triple G out. That's really bad. So if he's not willing to engage with Triple, I don't see how he's gonna win the fight with Triple G. He's not gonna win the fight, because you cannot be fighting like this and expect to win a clear victory. You engage 1-2, then you go back. Engage 1-2, then you go back. You go back on your back foot. Engage 1, you go back. Why? And he doesn't utilize clenching. I don't understand why. I don't know why he doesn't clench. He doesn't add clenching to his fight style. Instead of clenching, he rather go back, be constantly on the back foot than clenching, and go and lie on the ropes. Isn't it better to clench than to be lying on the ropes? You do your combination, clench, and regain your composure and do your work again. That's a better approach than constantly be on the back foot. So I really agree with what Freddy Hunter had to say. That is the only way he's going to win a rematch, is to pressure Triple G. At least balance it. Don't overdo. Don't over, how do you call it? Don't be backtracking for the entirety of the fight. Balance it and pressure him at significant points in the fight. That is the way he's going to win this fight. And moreover, when you put Triple G on the back foot, you have success. So I don't know why you wouldn't want to do it and be backtracking rather. It doesn't make any sense. Unless you think Triple G has the power to knock you out. So these are my thoughts on it. If you like, comment, subscribe, and give the thumbs up. Thank you for your time and catch you in the next one. Bye for now.